Okay, so here's the top of my hill property down into my pasture. You see everything up here is not shootable. Down here we can move some things around. This could be a pasture camping spot. I'm just gonna do a little walk around through here. I think you could certainly do get a little bit of hiking shots and some camping shots, but just have to consider framing because there's a house over there. There's my place up there. But here's a nice little camping spot under some trees, but there's a house in the background. You can see some big cedars with a house behind it and a pile of cut brush. Some of the stuff we can move around, but that's not going to look very natural. I suppose you could have a little hike. This is my neighbor's property right there, but we could use it as a backdrop. I can move that piece of equipment. You can't see it from here, but that's a pretty good stand of grass, like a pasture grass. That'd be kind of a neat mountain meadow if you just got it in the right frame. These fence posts are kind of a problem. But you could hike through here. Got some ferns. This is all standing maple cedar. Come through here. These cut logs could be moved. This hose could be moved. Got a trailer. My neighbor over there. Come up in here. All this open area. These logs are all cut. They could be drug out of the way. Bucket could be moved. Ladder could be moved. My place up there. You know, for night shots, a lot of this background stuff wouldn't show at all. And there's like this big pile of hay. I have this tarp that could go over that. And this thing is parked there. I can't really move it unless we push it out of the way. The rest of this little stuff could be moved if needed. Neighbor's dog. Wild coyotes. Wolves. We got wolves. You can see I got a house in the background there. But you know, if you frame this stuff properly, basically a movie set. I do have some string lights too, or if you had string lights, we could hang some string lights. I can run some power down here, and you can get some sort of ambient light, which might be nice. So this is my property here, about 30 feet that way, but it's pretty thick brush. I walked through there recently, so that's kind of a trail-ish through there. Hey, get out of here. Come on my property and bark at me like you don't know me. Yeah, this is all thick brush here. You know, you could do some blackberry. Get your framing right, keep the house out. He could stumble through some of this brush. Some big ass maples. Come down here, frame it right, cut over this way. You know, to cut a path for him to make it easier. All that. Now he can emerge out of here, maybe. Actually, so let's start down here. He's coming up. You know, he's emerging. You know, I could hang a sunscreen or something over those vehicles. So you could come across here and pan. I can move the Bobcat. This could be like he finally breaks out in the open, you know, or decides this is a great place to camp. So yeah, this might work for you. This is my property, so you can do anything you want here. You just have to frame it to keep the stuff out of the background. Because no matter where you go, you know, there's a house there, there's a shed down there. But if you're looking up this direction, you know, of course, you see my place up there. So it's kind of tricky, but, you know, you can do it. There's some cool features, like big old stumps. And this is my property line right here. So here's a little trail. You know, we could come through here with some clippers, cut off some of these branches and stuff so a guy with a camera or a gimbal or something could walk through here, get some nice shots. Big ass log. So this would be a good path. Come across here, hit up on this log right here. Right. Walk through here. Climb across this, and then end up over there and enter back up into my property from that side. Also hop down here and, you know, wade through that shit. Or you could come up this direction. That'd be nice. Pick this up in the frame, right? Come across this. Hop down here. Come through here. Stop, listen. Maybe he's scared. He's like, oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh fuck. I mean, if you did a POV shot, like a camera on the helmet or something, that'd be interesting. You know, here he breaks out to the open. I mean, you could even park a car here. And this is where he discovered this car. Or some other place where it doesn't matter if there's something in the background, like a farm building. I don't know, man. I think there's plenty of shootable stuff here, as long as you frame it, you know, to keep things out. And I do have ladders and things, tall ladders, if you wanted to get some high shots, you know. You can build platforms if you want, mount cameras to trees, do whatever you want here. And the beauty is, if you need to come back, you can come back. These fence sticks can be pulled out. Like this would be a good little starting spot. So he parks up there, comes down this little road, he's Bob exploring, blah, blah, blah. That's my neighbor's property, but we can use this walkway I'm on here. Well, a few weeks ago, some of the wildflowers were in bloom. Sort of an alpine meadow kind of shot. You know, I can get rid of all this stuff. It can go away. Giant anthill. This pile of brush could be moved. And that's all my property over about 30 feet. But like I said, it's pretty thick. You couldn't really hike through much of that, other than maybe to find dead ends. like I said, everything in here can be moved, but that thing, I can't get it started, so I have to push it out of the way or tow it. And this bunch of hay here probably isn't moving. Well, these logs could be moved, but we'd have to do some site prep for that.